view on nutrition and his effort to revive the ancient practice have earned him international recognition. Now I would like to invite Sunji to come on stage and say some few words about Dr.
Namaskar, Namaste everyone. Honorable Consulate General of India, Mr. Sandeep Chaudhary, distinguished member of SKV, SEVA and SKV teams, and esteemed guests. It's with great pride and honor that I introduce a luminary in the field of traditional and holistic health practices, Dr. Khadar Vali. Acclaimed as the Millet Man of India, Dr. Vali's path-breaking contribution impeccably resonate with the ethos of the 2023 International Year of Millets, a commitment aptly recognized by his distinguished Padma Award. Through his relentless commitment to promoting millets and his fervor for reviving ancient culinary practices, such as cooking in clay pots, exhaustive research in botanical herbal decoctions or kashayams, and advocating the use of structured water, Dr. Vali has profoundly redefined our understanding of nutrition and health. His philosophy, deeply rooted in holistic worldview, underscores the intricate dance between the food, lifestyle, and environmental factors. This philosophy serves as the bedrock of a meticulously woven ecosystem that connects farmers, consumers, and markets. This vibrant ecosystem fosters the cultivation of millets and embraces innovative processing techniques such as the Buchi method processing and traditional wood-driven wood-pressed oil extraction. By doing so, it creates a sustainable, economically viable model for rural communities imbued with the health benefits of traditional practices. Dr. Vali, we see an exceptional amalgamation of a researcher, nutritionist, and conservationist, and above all, a visionary whose impactful work continues to spark our connection with our roots, inspiring a more holistic approach to health and wellness. As we conclude the introduction, our deepest gratitude goes to Mr. Raj Chapati for unyielding efforts in spreading health awareness since 2017. We at Organic Sphere are profoundly proud to embody and uphold Dr. Khadar Vali's philosophy. Our mission champions holistic wellness, sustainable farming practices, and the priceless legacy of tradition in our product offering. We warmly invite to join us at Organic Sphere as we elevate tradition to a place of prominence in the realm of health and sustainability. Now, with great anticipation and profound honor, I present to you the remarkable Dr. Khadar Vali.
Hello, and I wanted to say one more thing for you guys. I would like Dr. Chaudhary to come up on stage and give a few remarks for us. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for that kind introduction you made a few words back. Adharaniya Dr. Khadar Vali, Shri Krishna and other members of SEVA International, Shri Subhanji and other members of Houston, Khadar Vali, Pandit Ramnathji, and dear friends, Namaskar. It is an absolute delight to join you all to welcome Dr. Khadar Vali in Houston. We all extend you a warm welcome, sir. Or rather, I should say, as the Millet Man of India, as you are more famously known. And he's a distinguished Padma Shri awardee this year, 2023. And it's a great honor to have the opportunity to celebrate his works and listen and get educated in from himself. Year 2023 is being celebrated by United Nations as International Year of Millets, as you can see behind me, and therefore it is an honor and privilege to listen to you, sir, today. This brings to the very obvious question: why is it being celebrated as International Year of Millets this year? What is the need and interest, and what is the India connection? Well, to begin with, in India, millets were traditionally consumed. Multiple varieties of millets such as pearl millets, or as we know it, bajra, sorghum, or as we know it, jawar, finger millets, or as we know it, ragi, foxtail, kodo, and so many others were part of the daily diet. They have been an integral part of diet in India for as long as, from what the evidence suggests, as the Indus Valley civilization, and maybe much before that. Somehow they lost their position as a staple diet few decades back. Government of India in recent past has stepped up initiatives to create awareness about their immense value, especially in the current global scenario, and all for some very significant reasons. For one thing, with their nutritional security, high level of proteins, dietary fiber, key minerals, vitamins, non-allergic properties, and so many other advantages of over some other staple diets we are having today, millets offer gluten-free, low GI, and high-fiber diet alternative to address some of the modern lifestyle diseases I'm sure most of us are facing ourselves or maybe in the family. But soon we'll be hearing more on it from Dr. Vali himself. Another feature, a great feature of millets is that it is not dependent on the use of chemical fertilizers. They do not attract pests and therefore do not require pesticides. But human health is not the only benefit we are talking about here. Millets can be cultivated in challenging environmental conditions with minimum water. They can withstand high temperatures, grow on poor soil, and therefore they present a resilient and climate adaptable crop option in the environmental challenges the world is facing today. No wonder they are called superfoods or smart food, as they are good for the consumer, they are good for the farmer, and they are good for the mother planet. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, calls them Shri Ann, meaning the best among all the food grains. With this aim to create awareness, we celebrated year 2018 as the National Year of Millet in India. And in 2021, backed by 72 countries, India spearheaded a UNG resolution to declare this year, 2023, as an International Year of Millets. This indeed is a great recognition of the ancient wisdom of humanity. At a personal level, I would like to share that this year has made me realize the value of millets in our personal lives. To our pleasant surprise, there are not only so many various millet flours for chapati making that we all do usually in the homes, but apart from that, namkeens, flakes, laddus, especially the ragi laddus, they have so much to offer, so much delicious. India is one of the largest producers, consumers, and exporters of millets. In the budget year 2023-24, we have a policy-friendly ecosystem for millet entrepreneurs. Investing in the millet ecosystem in India will provide an opportunity to the investors to create an impact on society and the environment while leveraging the ever-increasing demand for nutritious food and to cater to the food security challenges. Dr. Vali's tireless efforts have revolutionized the way millets are perceived and utilized today. His dedication to promoting these sustainable crops is applaudable. Talking on millets in length in his vessel therefore would be, like we said in this Suraj ko diya dikhana. We are all eager to listen to you, sir. And so without taking much time, I congratulate the organizers and all associated with today's event for making it happen. I thank all the Indian diaspora for their continued support to India and the consulate. We at the consulate are always there at your service all the time. Thank you and a very good day.
Please come on stage to honor Dr. Khadar and also Mr. Chaudhary. Hello crowd, are we ready for the best information to change our life? That's it. Dr. Khadar Vali is here to change our life for better.
Thank you all. Good evening to everyone. This light. I can't see you people at all. No audience. See, culture, agriculture, food. So the base of culture is agriculture, and the need for agriculture is food. And food comes from the soil, air, water. So the environment and its well-being only can give good food. Good agricultural practices makes the culture. And it is very sad that I have gone to many places. We keep talking of culture, but no one is talking about food. All are eating the food that is harbored by the industrial food corporates all over the world. We only have names, but the raw material of the food is not what it used to be from different parts of the world. The food should have been very diverse raw materials. Now they have been reduced to very few. Still monolithic. All is controlled by the food corporates. In the name of science and development, in the name of green revolution, white revolution, pink revolution, right now we are in this pink revolution period. The corporates are now running through pink revolution. One they already have next in line blue revolution. These revolutions have done only this much, that they have stolen away the rights of the farmers from all parts of the world in the name of seed companies, with little tinkering of genes, hybrid varieties, patent culture, intellectual property rights. These are the techniques used all over the world, taking away the sovereignty of food. Now, including all netas, all leaders talking about food security looks pretty hollow for me. When you talk about food security, all the intellectuals all over the world are talking food security, but no one is using the word food sovereignty. That itself is the proof that all these people are all in the hands of food corporates. Food should be sovereign. The ultimate right to grow what not to grow should be in the hands of the farmers of the nation. But that has been completely stolen away, tucked away by these food corporates. In fact, it is so much so that the ecosystem doesn't favor local foods. Because in the name of green revolution, these experts, so-called scientists, said, hey guys, you're eating coarse grains, you're eating pig feed, you're eating bird feed, you're eating primitive food. Here we are offering you fine, refined rice and wheat and sugar. This is the food. And we didn't have any question. We said, yes, fine. Many policies were made to suit the corporates, and the whole agriculture totally, absolutely just disappeared from this planet. Irrigation, water-fed systems, fertilizers, pesticides, various chemicals became the way agriculture contaminated and the lives became sick. This is exactly what happened in short in the last 75 years. All over the world. In actually 2018, I think, Raju got me here. I came down, came up to Texas, Houston. I get down in the airport. Welcome to Texas. Here everything is big. I walk out, people are big. 200, 300 kilos. For heaven's sake, even if you are 6.5 feet, whether you are American, Indian, or New Zealander, or Canadian, or African, you should not weigh more than 75 kilos. That is a medical fact. Here now we are in 2023, half the population in the world is obese, including kids. Weighing 70 kilos, 80 kilos is a common occurrence. That means the so-called health is just one parameter is good enough to know that the world is not doing right. Rather, they have thrown away all the concept of health to winds because the food is corporatized. Rice, wheat and sugar are basically agents of glucose imbalance. When you eat rice, wheat and sugar, the homeostasis of the blood is disturbed immediately, in no time. In the parlance of medical world, they say glycemic index of these materials is high. Why did they choose? It should be low. That means glucose should be released slowly and steadily into your blood stream. It's just the other way around. But that is the food available all over the world. And no health, be it experts in the nutrition, expert in the medical field, policymakers, no one talks about it. So obviously we have done something big mistake in our food. At the behest of these corporate companies, we have changed our food. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years, human race, different places, different parts of the planet, ate this diversified food materials called millets. Milli is small, less than millimeter. Piglet, booklet, chiclet, like that, they call the grains that are smaller than millimeter millets. 6,000 varieties of these grasses cover the vast open spaces of planet with the green sari. The Mother Earth is covered. These grasses do not need water, do not need fertilizer, do not need pesticides. They just grow. They have hygroscopic bacteria symbiotically living on them. The grasses harbor this bacteria, so they just absorb enough water required for their growth from the atmosphere. Even if there is 10 centimeters of rain fall, good enough. Even if the temperature is 50 degrees centigrade, they have no problem. Absolutely. So from 10 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade, anywhere, anytime on the planet, these grasses grow and no irrigation required, no effort from your side. You see how we were misguided by these food corporates, saying that that is coarse grains, but this apex body of scientific community, FDA, writes not for human consumption, bird feed. So many of the experts in the field, scientists, policymakers, we don't know how we forgot these millets. No, we didn't forget. They were stolen away by these corporate experts. And it's sad that the experts do not want to acknowledge that we didn't forget. The human race didn't forget. In fact, in India, most of these barren lands and where there is no rain also, people were eating this food lovingly, willingly, and the culture depended on that. In fact, you go to Mandya and villages around, it's called Tadadal, Arka Tadadal. They dry it on the bamboo mats, outside crispy, inside soft. And that can stay for 10 days, 15 days. Wonderful food. If you eat that, in fact, Mahavira, the Jain Tirthankara, ate Arka. It's called Sanlekhana Vrata. If you want to leave the body, they first want to reduce their body fat. So you eat Arka, that is Kodo, millet, you start losing the fat. So Texas big, the best food is Kodo millet. You start eating in 3 months, all these big tummies and big bodies can get back to 75 kilos instead of 200 kilos. Wonderful food. And we are not talking in our cultural events. Food, not only India, many places where it's not cultural event. There is no one who is talking about food because actually food is the basis of culture. That apart. So, my contention is that all the experts who are going to talk about food, at least now onwards, should acknowledge that it's not the people who are responsible. They didn't forget. They are told what they were growing and eating is not food. Then all of a sudden the farmers, non-irrigated lands, 95% of the land is football. But then we declare that it's not food. Because they want to build dams, use the fertilizers, use the pesticides and produce food centrally and exhaust the water bodies on this planet. Punjab now has got only 16% of water left. If you decide to continue to eat rice and wheat as your food, please give me that water. I will grow food for 600 years for you. That is if you agree to eat millets. There are 200 varieties of millets that were utilized as food. I hope the audience has noticed I didn't use the word consume. Have you seen the difference? All over the world, 200 diversified millet foods were utilized as food, not consumed. Because to produce the present day food, rice, wheat and sugar and byproducts, milk and meat, the world has consumed the natural resources, so much so that California is burning. Florida Everglades, a beautiful natural ecosystem, is completely destroyed for the sugar that you are using for donuts and coffee and tea. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I had millet food, so. Yeah, no, I didn't be There are few things that I need to demonstrate, so I need this. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, you gave me water, so I will take a sip of it. Where are we? All the diseases, not just obesity, the so-called modern day life diseases are the result of this wrong choice of the food, eating rice and wheat and sugar, we have disturbed the homeostasis of the blood because there is no regulation of blood glucose. High glycemic index of this chosen food is resulting the glucose levels to rise. No controls, no regulation. Flooding the blood with glucose when you eat your paratha, I went to Gujarat, they said early morning, quarter kilo janggery, jalebi is the breakfast. And then in the lunch, they said curry. It's also sweet. So this sugar, you get addicted. And I do not want to talk about European and American populations' addiction of sugar. So much so that we are producing, totally the planet produces per year, 120 lakh tons of sugar. India producing now 48 to 60 lakh tons. This keeps changing year by year, but approximately. And in its true sense, we don't need 1 milligram of it. Not even 1 milligram. The whole biochemical process of digestion is the goal of the digestive system is to produce glucose to be absorbed into the blood. So that is the last but one product, sugar, the penultimate product. So in a series of biochemical reactions, the penultimate product becomes the first material in the mouth, and all the experts are keeping quiet. The whole system is topsy-turvy, and you have a host of gastric problems. No problem, we have a pill. You have erosions because you have chosen gluten, wheat, colon to anus. Trouble is created. No problem, we have a pill. Your blood has become thick because there is so much glucose. How much glucose should be there in a given time in any human body? Not more than 1 gram per 1 liter. So you have 5 to 6 liters of blood, 5 to 6 grams of glucose at any given point of time. In technical terms, it's called HbA1c. That means that glycosylated hemoglobin should be around 5 if you want to be healthy, and that is the definition of homeostasis of the blood. So when you eat rice, wheat, donuts, anything that you eat made of this rice, wheat and sugar, you are pumping in tons of, instead of 5 grams, you are getting 50 grams to 70 grams. So what does the body do? Poor fellow. Emergency work begins with all the endocrine system, liver, pancreas, running around, producing things that they are not supposed to do. It's 1 day, okay, we can manage. 2 days, we can manage. 3 days, we can manage. Lifelong, you are. So the blood has become thick. Who gets the blood? First thing is your heart, to pump the blood. You have created a BP patient. No problem, we have a pill. Blood thinner. So go to the doctor, sir, I have BP, I am not able to pump my blood properly, it is thick and high numbers are coming. Don't worry, just take this pill. Sir, how long? How long? How long? How long? Lifelong. Now here we have created a disease, lifelong disease. Now instead of saying that this is lifestyle disease, now experts are telling this is lifestyle disease. I don't know where lifestyle is. All over the world, everyone is eating the same raw material, producing this wonderful disease called lifestyle disease, for which There is no cure. There is a pill that you need to take lifelong. Have I summarized it well? So where is the problem? In the food or in the research done by all these experts? How do I solve this problem? What does the expert has to say? Just say, do not eat rice, wheat and sugar. Am I scientific in saying this sentence? Or am I right in saying that you take the pill lifelong? Please do answer me. I am not able to see your faces. The answer is the second one, because it fits another corporate's called pharmacy. So we have a pill for every ill. This is the sad story of human race. So according to my analysis, all the scientists, experts should just say, do not eat this. We do not need it because the biochemistry of our blood digestion doesn't define the food should be this. Why are we eating high glycemic index? Because the homeostasis of the blood can be maintained only if you eat food material that can regulate the release of glucose slowly and steadily into your bloodstream. Period. No discussion left. Which fits this definition. The food that the human race has been eating all along, all over the world, which can be grown 95% of the planet without any resources being spoiled. Am I making sense? Or no sense? Or nonsense? Or nuisance? All of that is not true because we are talking about science of millets. They are well-formed grains with wonderful association of fiber material. Along with the grain, the carbohydrate is interwoven with this fiber. And when presented to our digestive system, we do not get the carbohydrate free license to be given. Hence, our digestive system works slowly and steadily, releasing the glucose from the fiber into the bloodstream. We take more than 8 to 10 hours. So, early morning when you eat kodo idli or kodo dosa or kodo, even kodo jangir, the sweetness being provided by any fruit sugar or palm tree sugar, which is fructose based, your glucose release is planned, regulated, slow and steady. Hence, glucose balance not disturbed. The word glucose imbalance is coined by Dr. Khadar. So based on this, I thought I will feed these so-called diabetic patients, HbA1c 10, 11, 12, and gangrene patients, CKD patients resulting from the diabetic conditions for 10 years, 15 years taking pills and heavy duty losses of different organs creating more and more diseases. If our theory is right, these guys should start becoming better. Healing should begin. Here they have written type 2 diabetes. We have hundreds and hundreds of type 1 diabetes. Sadly, what is type 1 diabetes? Young boys and girls below the age of 10 entering into this high HbA1c conditions. We have hundreds of them healed in no time. In 30 days, you can throw away the insulin. If you do diligently. Type 2 diabetes, 15 days there are cases who have thrown away their tablets. Of course, it may take 1 year also for some people, because to follow the millet food requires heavy duty opposition from the family members. And believe me, we have achieved wonderful results. Thousands and thousands of diabetic patients. And then there is a huge cry saying, there is a phone which is ringing. No problem. So all associated lifestyle diseases can be just wiped out if you change your food. And that is science of millets. Why do they do this job so efficiently? Because they are interwoven with carbohydrate being interwoven with fiber. So here we have millets. Unlike rice and wheat, the fiber content that is present in a very small quantity, 0.2 grams in the paddy rice, 1.2 grams in the wheat. Triticum vulgare, and its many varieties, patented, intellectual property rights, all these things. So the farmers have to go back to seeds every year, to these seed companies. So farmers are not farmers anymore, they are laborers to these companies. Only irrigated agriculture is recognized as agriculture. We have huge amounts of write-offs for these fertilizer companies from each and every government. India alone writes 2.39 lakh crores of rupees every year. And all the people, including educated engineers and scientists and doctors, think rice they are eating is 50 rupees per kilo. Outright it is 3,000 rupees. And a farmer, non-irrigated land, produces these millets and wants you to buy at the cost of 100 or 150 rupees. It is very costly. 150 rupees is costly, 3,000 rupees is no cost. On top of it, these are the political leaders offering 1 rupee kilo, 2 rupees kilo, no rupees kilos. Poor farmers in remote villages were actually still growing these grains and eating, and they were happy. They didn't have any disease. But then this TVs came, papers came, news readers, hey, you are eating primitive food. So all of a sudden they recognized, oh, we have no food, don't worry, we'll give you this. Centralized managements, big godowns, pesticides, preservatives. Apart from the GI problem, we have now introduced chemicals into the food. And धीरे धीरे जहर मिलाने को शुरू कर दिया. We started introducing poison into our food in the name of centralized food production, food processing, and food consumption. Here I am using consciously the word food consumption because the doctors telling us to eat every 2 hours. Experts. Keep at 8, 10, 12, 2, no other word. Keep eating. In its true sense, if you eat once in the morning, you should not even think of food if your food is right by definition. It will supply the glucose needed in its quantum levels. Whenever you work, whenever you need, there is glucose, not flooding the bloodstream. This is the beauty of the real food. So, till today, human race has not defined what food is. Across the world, all the experts in the medical world have not, and then they are talking about nutrition. P1, P2, P3, P4, D1, D2, D3. This fruit has this, that fruit has this leaf has that this. The base is gone. We are talking about nutrition. So if you lose your agriculture, there is no culture. Believe me, this is what has exactly happened, and we are not questioning. We have no question to ask. Because we are running around the hospitals collecting the bills. But where should you be going for your health? Where? Where? Kitchen. Where is kitchen? We are now Zomato speaking. IKEA, Super Kings and someone else bought. That day, Bangalore alone has ordered 98 lakh orders, and we have only 1.1 crores. So, where is kitchen? No kitchen. And this is what exactly the corporate wants. These leagues are designed, manicured, so that you forget your kitchen. There is no kitchen. Europe and America, I don't want to talk. I'm talking about India doing these things. There is a 7th class student ordering Zomato and Swiggy, going in the bus, breakfast, to be reached into the school. What do we do? Okay? Not okay.
Mute the column mic. Hit the column mic if it can be muted.
Okay. I hope, I'm coming across.
Yes.
So we have done a big mistake. Food should have been the health giver. It's working. Where are the fireworks coming from? Yeah, outside maybe. Shall we go ahead? Yeah, take it.
Sorry about that.
No, it's enough. I hardly need for a few minutes. What a time. Yeah. So most of the diseases are by the choice of food. We have demonstrated almost all these lifestyle diseases, rheumatism, thyroid problem, this problem, that problem. All of them disappear over a period of 3 months to 6 months, if not 6 months in 1 year. And in fact, all the story began when I first came to America in 1987 and found a small girl of 6 years of age in the hospital reception hall, saying, her mother telling that, yeah, this is the fructose-based palm jaggery, where you have no glucose imbalance when you consume. What it means is even if diabetic patients also can eat kheer, sweet made out of millets, and this once a week or twice a week. So Dr. Khadar showed sweet, so don't go and eat gulab jamun every day, made out of this jaggery also. This also has got some amount of glucose, so if you keep eating, it will imbalance you. Okay, that apart. When I came to America first time, I saw a girl, 6 years old, menstruate. That was a big shock to me. Why did this happen? I asked the doctor. He said, typical American style. They don't know. Somewhere back in 70s or 65 or 70s or 80s, 70s, 80s, in that time I think American and European women did not want to feed their babies for some unknown reason, for my mind at least. So the food people, they said, look around, what can we do? How do we feed the babies? There was no cow in Europe at that time. They found one in India. In fact, cows are there only in India. So they borrowed or stole one and then did some modifications, genetic modifications. They scratched their head because even if you take 100 cows, only 10 cows are actually giving calves and giving milk, and that to 1 liter or 1.5 liter milk. It didn't serve the purpose. They said, hey, let's do something. So they invented a technique called IVF, in vitro fertilization. So they take the sperm of the bulls and started introducing into each and every cow, and then each and every cow out of 100 cows should bear the kid and then give the calf and get the milk. That they succeeded, and they said, let's do some more modifications, and then they produced cows that are called Jersey cows and HF cows, which actually got some pigs genetic material. The nature of the cow got disturbed, no problem. They are giving milk now, 25 liters each cow. And they started what is called dairy business. Each cow giving 25 liters. Why 100 cows? Thousands of cows actually. Lakhs of cows have been impregnated artificially and started milk. Then they collected the milk with machines. They had pasteurization, preservatives, stabilizers. After 15-20 days, put them in the plastic gallon bottles and started feeding the babies. So, in its true sense, mother's milk stops producing when the baby is 2.5 years old in the natural. That means the digesting enzyme of milk gets switched off genetically in the tummy of the babies. Whose mother's milk? So cow's milk is for whom? Your milk is for the baby. And milk is such a dynamic food. In fact, the constituents and the nutrition value keeps changing because every 3 weeks the baby keeps growing. So when the baby keeps the lips on the nipple of the mother breast sizes up what the requirement of the baby is and then keeps changing the milk in the next coming days. That is the nature of milk. It's not only human mother, cows, mother, lions, tiger, rabbit, whatever, all mammalian animals do the same thing, but the milk constituents are different for each different species. And cow baby grows up this much in 6 months, and your baby grows this much. That means the constituents, including the hormone balance, is different from species to species. Here we are in the expertise of genetic engineering and genetic called biotechnology. We have declared milk complete food. Whose milk for whom? Whose milk for whom? That means you should not be giving a single drop of milk other than mother's milk. By heavens, if you give second birth to the baby, that milk belongs to whom? The second baby. The first baby doesn't come and drink the milk. Same mother, same lips, same nipple, but the milk doesn't belong to the first baby. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then why are you drinking coffee and tea, paneer tikka, pizza, burger, cheese? The result is the babies, female babies started menstruating, their average age started coming down by decade. So when I came to America in 1987, the result was that, as simple as that. Because the micro balance of hormones is disturbed if you take any other animal milk. What do? Women started having lip hair, upper lip hair. No problem. We have beauty parlors. PCOD, endometriosis, menstrual cycles completely disturbed. 15 days once appearing. If not, disappear completely. All these issues after the humans started in the name of white revolution. We disturbed the hormonal balance. We created hormonal imbalance. Again, the term coined by Dr. Khadar. Host of diseases unleashed on the human race. Hey Khadar, you are talking about ladies only. What about happened to men? The sperms got evaporated. Period. Health of the sperm is gone. 1.2 million count should have been. Now 20 million is, the one is gone. 0.2 million is left. Italians are no more on this planet. They are not born. German average is 48 or something. The kids are not being born. Negative growths almost all over America and European nations. We are changing the nature of kids being born. Mentally retarded, autistic, ADHD. All these are the result of hormone balance. Because it is the hormones, the balance that decides whether your baby is a girl or boy. So now you have all these problems, gynecology departments flourishing. So much so that the experts do not want the baby to come out of vagina. Oh, there is a problem, this is a problem, that is a problem. Started opening up the tummies and bringing them out. Taking away a beautiful act of mother while the baby comes out of vagina, lodging the inoculum that is gut microbes. It is the microbes that you harbor in your gut, work together with the living cells of your gut and produce the chemicals that your body cannot produce. For example, vitamin B12. Then this expert said vitamin B12 is present in pig body, cow body, deer body, monkey. So all people who wanted to eat protein, so eat pigs, eat chicken, eat cats, eat dogs, eat whatever. Koreans eat ducks, Americans eat something else, Indians eat something else. What have you done with this? You have disturbed the gut microbes, microbial imbalance, another coin term by Khadar. You see, it is the food that is creating biochemical imbalances in our body, and the diseases are manufactured. The traditional way of bringing up kid is make milk out of bajra, out of ragi, out of sesame seed, out of plant waste. That never disturbs the hormonal balance. And when you ferment the milk, give the babies the fermented milk, curds, you started developing wonderful gut microflora. From where did we go where? Where to? All in the name of science and technology, creating mayhem in our health and declaring all these diseases are not curable. Chronic kidney disease started appearing because you have too much protein. The kidney is not able to bear. It's the only organ which can deal with ammonia and related products. I can go on blabbering like this, but the solution is already there. It was there all along. Millions of years human race ate this, but we declared as no food. And no need of water, no need of pesticides. Until today, the whole world is groping with highly advanced systems of diagnosis, prognosis, so many complicated terminologies. No one understands, they themselves don't understand, complicating our lives. A common man doesn't know whether to go to hospital. If he goes, he doesn't know whether to come out of the hospital. You see, it's not just the health. The whole systems are topsy-turvy. All because now business taking over the science, it should have been other way around. And we all expect to be healthy, and we have so-called policies, insurances, this and that, and much more complications in the management system. All these things can just vanish away if you choose your food right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Change your food. You will change life on this planet. There are a lot of complementary and supplementary issues, good practices. If you fall sick, even after you following this good regimen of following microbial imbalance, hormonal imbalance, glucose imbalance, you eliminate with your right food. There are many things else, many other parameters like your endocrine systems are actually activated on a daily basis if you happen to see the orange sun in the morning. And that's where in yoga comes, Surya Namaskara comes. In fact, Surya, Ravi, Bhaskara, Maitreya, Pushna, Arka, these are all names of the frequencies, the 12 frequencies that appear when the sun is rising in the horizon, in the east. So all the names are not names of the sun, they are actually the frequencies that he emits when the sun is rising in the horizon. So Prabhodaya, Ushodaya, Arunodaya, Suryodaya. These are 4 blocks with 12 frequencies. The Puranas, the story goes, the chariot name is Aruna. He is actually the brother of Garuda. He is the charioteer for the sun god. There are 7 horses in the front. The chariot is coming. So the frequencies are named on this. So Maitreya, Bhaskara. If all these are different frequencies. Arka. Arka is also one of the names of our millets in South Indian languages and Sanskrit. Arka. Arka is one of the frequencies, so the last but one frequency before the sun really appears. So when Aruna is red. When red is hiding the sun looks orangish. That Kashaya we call. So Kashaya radiation embodies all this, and each radiation frequency of this light gives you the endocrine systems, the beginning. It sets them going. In Sanskrit, prachodata, it just invigorates these glands, which are actually producing the hormones, which then supervise thousands of biochemical reactions in your body. So you want hormonal balance, what will you do? Apart from the skin producing vitamin D, which is another wonderful vitamin that you need for more than 108 biochemical reactions, like your immunity, calcium metabolism, calcium bone strength. And so that means many of the diseases can be eliminated, like pituitary gland, thymus, thyroid, adrenals. All these well-being depends on the exposure of the light frequencies, which happens in just 48 minutes before sunrise and after sunrise. So you want to be exposing your body, your skin, your eyes. So you can see the orange sun, but not the full bright white sun. Your eyes are not designed, the rods and cones cannot tolerate. The nerves go haywire when you see. See, that's why I said I am not able to see. The origin of light hitting my eyes. You are not there actually. I'm just talking. So, you want to heal, including cancer. First thing you want to do is vitamin D is the most important thing, because gene regulation, the toxic molecule is stuck in your genetic code, can be removed if your internal endocrine system gets activated properly, including circadian clock, that is each and every living cell. Its sense of time is given by one of these wonderful frequencies. That's why our ancestors said Surya Namaskara. And when you do the 12 steps of Surya Namaskara, the Yogasana, your blood is beaming with confidence, making all these adjustments. So every day once you do, we are good to go for next 24 hours. Can we do that?
Yes.
How many have you seen orange sun? In fact, one of the patients came in Bangalore, a young boy. He said, "You should go on. Sun is orange." The same thing happens in the evening when he sets, but the sharp, distinct differences among the frequencies is lost because of urbanization. And sunrise and sunset are different in different parts of the planet. So choose that, rightly be exposing yourself. And in India, generally it happens in the morning and evening. We have the position of our India is in such a way that you have morning from 5:30 to 6:45, that range only sunrises and sun sets in the evening. So 12 hours we have. So after the sun rises, you can eat good food, but after the these English fellows came, we have lunch, breakfast, dinner, before dinner, snacks, after dinner, snacks. It is one meal that makes your health. If you eat once, you are yogi. If you eat twice, you are grogi. If you eat thrice, you are grogi. If you eat 4 times, etkondu hogi. That's in our language, Kannada. Kannada ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಿಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. తెలుగులో ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. తెలుగులో కూడా. Anyway, so apart from food, your lifestyle, this is lifestyle actually. Get up in the morning, have some wonderful Surya Namaskara. And then, after these English people came, said, now I need that. Yeah, I'm coming to the end of another 5 minutes. No, you had another one. Just 5 or sure. So, you have dining table and you eat like this. You have your western commode, you sit like this. Your hands is half closed and half open. Both times. And STP, standard temperature and pressure. That means the pressure in your biochemical processes when you are eating and all is not stable because it's opening, closing here and there, this open and all. So how are you supposed to eat? You're supposed to, this is called Sukhasana. Your anus is closed completely. The proof is if you want to fart, you have to lift it. Hey, don't laugh, I'm very serious. Sorry. This is Sukhasana. So your closed mouth is open, you eat, everything falls in place, there is no disturbance of pressure or temperature. You are good to go. Now how do you shit? This is called Malasana. You balance your body on the 6 toes, support your buttocks with the heels, and the anus opens completely. You move the bowels. The peristaltic movement to push out the shit is complete and clean. Within 30 seconds, shit comes out, good to go. What did we do after these fellows came? We forgot. You see the traditions. This is not tradition. This is science of defilling and science of eating right. So when you eat in that particular posture, and in fact, it gives you, what is sukha? Sukha means not happiness, overjoyed. It is being at ease. You are not at dis-ease. So when you sit and eat, dhanya, they called sukha dhanya. In fact, in many of the ullekhanas earlier, sukha dhanya, when you eat, your body should be at ease. And these are the grains that give you that sukha. That is, no disease. You are at ease all the time. So I named these grains, these wonderful millets, as Sri Dhanya. Of course, of late our Prime Minister said Sri Anna. We named these grains 23 years back, Shri Dhanya. Shri Dhanya, Sukha Dhanya. This is how we refer in Kannada. Shri Dhanya, Sukha Dhanya. And that Malasana, there is Surya Namaskara Asana. Then you have lot of diseases can be given relief by particular asanas. We have Mayurasana, we have Trikonasana. So, Yogasanas give you relief, and they are actually precursors for your observing your breath, called pranayama. You observe oxygen going in, carbon dioxide coming out. So we have created diseases by not knowing what we are doing, and it is our traditions, and I have been feverishly looking for the signs in our old laws and traditions. Did we really lose them? We are made to lose them. Not that all our traditions are scientific, there are many stupid traditions also, but it's our choice. Redo the testing and then choose the right ones and leave the bad ones. So there are many issues like this. We have worked about water, structuring the water, and you take a copper plate and keep in the water gets structured because of the d-s transition of the electrons in the copper plate. What is structuring water? Adjusting the hydrogen bonding of each molecule of the water into its right position. Because we are made of 70% water, 72% or so of the body. So when so much platform is water and we are taking contaminated, destructured water by chemicals and various magnetic pulses that are going through, and off late the plastic. I mean, the most stupid thing we can do is make your food come in touch with plastic. We are making idlis, dosas, all these non-stick tawas. So we have defined, as I told you about mud pots, the pressure is not there when you cook in a mud pot. So all these lost traditions, we have to revive understanding the science behind it, and we have been trying to communicate to people all these issues, and we have actually developed a small handbook called Sri Jivana Vidhan, the science and art of living, and it is translated to almost all the Indian languages, Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Orissa, all these languages. You can download straight from Google. Millet Magic Dr. Sarla. Dr. Sarla happens to be my daughter. She is a homeopathy doctor, practicing all these food systems, trying to heal people. And she conducts 3-day classes, 5-day classes, morning, and she is also Vyas University certified yoga teacher. So morning from sunrise to Surya Namaskaras to Pranayama, all these classes she conducts, and she has been doing a lot of this course in different parts of our country, Mumbai, Calcutta, all places, Delhi. I don't know, she goes around more than me. We've been trying to help people understand the science of food, and it is the food that gives you health, not the tablets and hospitals. So choose right. If the food is right, no medicine is needed. Food is wrong, no medicine works. So people say, oh, I have gone to naturopathy, I have gone to allopathy, I have gone to homeopathy, I have gone to tautopathy. Nothing is working, go to Tirupati. You become. Thank you very much. I have taken 15 minutes more than what you have allotted me. My due apologies. Thank you.
enlightening informations.
Yeah, you kept me in dark.
So as we promised that few of them have texted all the questions, we would like to answer few of them, and also you might have gotten a link. If not, by the end of the day you will get a link. Any other questions you have, you will get answered through the WhatsApp. Okay? And we have selected only few of them so we can answer. Otherwise, we are going to sit whole evening. So I'm going to ask the questions which are few.
I have to leave tomorrow to India.
So we don't want to hold on. One of the questions was, is it fine to feed all 5 positive millet alternate weight to 8 months old baby?
Yeah. As you start weaning your baby from the milk, you can actually make ragi milk, foxtail millet milk. Yeah, I didn't tell you, foxtail millet is called Italian millet, barnyard millet is called German millet, Japanese millet, Himalayan millet is Khadar millet, little millet is American millet, and as I told you, brown top millet is American millet. That means all over the world people are eating. And in fact, Jesus Christ is supposed to have his last supper, unleavened bread is made of brown top or foxtail millet. So, and proso millet, finger millet, jowar, that is great millet, and then corn, though not millet, but belongs to the same family of C4 grasses. So we include that into neutral grains because their fiber content is below 3.6. Whereas these grains, as I told you, 8, 9, 10, 9.8, 12.5%. So the question is, can they be eaten by 6 months old? You can feed them, but soak them well because the fiber content requires to be hydrated before you cook. How many hours? If it is a full grain, 8 full hours. If it is broken, 4 full hours. If it is made into atta, even then 3 to 4 hours to rest the flour before you make roti or bread or whatever you want to cook. So pre-planning is very important. You have to soak. Come on, Dr. Khadar, we are in Zomato, drone coming and feeding into our mouth. You want us to wait for 8 hours? I didn't ask you to soak yourself for 8 hours. Soak the grain. Soak it, it takes 1 minute and then come back after 8 hours, do whatever you want. So that care if you take, you can feed 6 months baby to 108-year-old man or woman. They're babies, yeah.
Okay. The second question, I think they have a bird in their house probably. So they're asking, can I pick up a bag of bird feed from Walmart, cook and eat it?
Yeah, beware of the pesticides and fertilizers they have used. If you can actually dehusk them in your house, that is to be dehusked. You cannot simply cook because the dehusking is very important for these minor millets. And the major millets like ragi, great millet, bajra, you don't need to do that. That's why they are still left here and there. Otherwise they would have also disappeared by now. Okay, so you can in fact technically do that. By dehusking you get rid of most of the chemicals because they cannot penetrate into the grain, and that is the advantage of the millets. You can do whatever nonsense you want to do, but still they are going to be good for you. So you can put fertilizers, put water, they don't care, they don't even touch them. We have done these experiments. So all the millets are good to go. You can actually pick up, dehusk. Dehusking is many people eat millets or fry and then cook. It doesn't get cooked because it has to be hydrated well. So dehusk, and how to dehusk, we have got the videos in the YouTube, no problem. You can do it. So go ahead and enjoy the right food.
The other question is brown rice bad too?
Of course, all rice is bad. Only 0.2 grams of fiber is there, so so-called glycemic index is very high, so your blood glucose imbalance does take place, whether you eat black rice, white rice, brown rice, red rice, all put together, nothing goes on here.
We are answering only these three because of the
Two more, please. I want to answer. It's okay. I'm just being funny.
We have more questions, but we selected these three questions.
Yeah,
So the
I don't want to break your protocol.
Meanwhile, if I could have the liberty to ask one.
Sir, please.
Thank you. I heard about this in about the milk of other species in Dubai. Also, I had a good talk. But sometimes it says that if you convert it to curd,
Yeah, that's where the problem is. The animal protein is completely fermented by the lactobacillus. So that's a good way. If you still want to,
have it.
you can have curds and buttermilk and churn, get the butter, you know, or Krishna ka naya is makhan ka chor, दूध का चोर नहीं है.
But it's minimized or goes away.
Basically, the animal protein nature is destroyed by the lactobacillus, and it is nature. The non-vegetarian becomes vegetarian, and vegetarian becomes non-vegetarian through the role of microbes. It is the microbes that make our flesh. Without vitamin B12, you cannot build protein. The amino acids cannot be sequenced and things. And it is the same microbes that can degrade the animal protein to amino acids and nitrogen and carbon dioxide. So it is this wonderful natural process that bridges the animal kingdom to. So if I die, put me in the earth, the plants grow because they are taking away through the microbial action. In fact, that's what my field was. I am a microbial guy. The things that are not seen are seen by us. So that's how I have figured out. I've put all the dots connected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good question. So what it means is you cannot take milk, you can take buttermilk.
How does a typical food intake with a millet look like? Does this mean we eat millet in each meal? Will this not overdo millet intake?
Yeah, eating once. We have discussed about that already. So millets also, and it will regulate itself. You start eating, now you are used to eating 3 times, 4 times. You can make the same food with millets, eat 4 times. As you go along, the body will tell you that eating once is good enough or twice is good enough. You can actually practice, it's a matter of 3 to 4 weeks. You will fall in line with 2 meals a day and you will start feeling the benefits soon. So in the beginning you may want to eat because you are used to eating rice 4 times, 5 times. You can eat and it will start regulating. You will start eating a lot more in the beginning of your millet journey, but eat well, cook well. But then as you go along, keep in mind you have to come to once or twice, and that is the healthy way of eating. And it will happen because I have seen thousands of people who are transiting have registered this kind of condition. That in the beginning they were eating 3 to 4 times, and slowly and steadily they fall in line. Sir, I eat once in the morning, my dosa, idli, and then I don't feel hungry till evening. And many people think it is not digested. It is the other way around, that you are kept well by releasing glucose slowly and steadily, and you are doing good. Have I made that clear?
Yes?
Yes.
Guys, yes? Okay. And we have one more. What alternate is the best substitute of sugar? As you said, we all have sweet tooth.
Absolutely. This is here. So he knows this. All other quantity. This is palm sugar, palm jaggery. You get palm sugar also. So you can use this sweet. This is fructose based. Not that there is no glucose in it, but it is so small amount, it doesn't really bother if you are eating millets as your staple food. So choose 5 minor millets And if you are sick, if you are not sick, all 10 grains you can rotate in your kitchen. 2 days this, 2 days that, 2 days that. And a bajra, the pearl millet is very good for lactating mothers. It makes your milk very healthy for the baby. And like that, we have a lot of information in the book called Siri Jagattu. You can download, you can please read, go through. It's a huge book of 150 pages. And there is a book called Pakasiri, all the recipes. And of course, I mentioned the Millet Magic, Dr. Sarla. Huge amount of videos are loaded, discussions, best baby food. Me and my daughter sitting and casually discuss for 1 hour all the information from age month 1, month 2, month 3, what do you feed, what are the items that you cook, prepare properly for the babies. All that information is loaded in the YouTube. Please watch this videos. Lot of information. For information enough for your 2 years of study. So much information. We have been working for the last 25 years. So please do go through. We request you to learn how to make your life better. And this information is not available anywhere on the planet. We are the first ones to begin. Because many of these doctors, many of the scientists keep asking me, where is the reference? I am the reference. No one has done before. So if you publish, you can take the methods and methodologies, you can find the evidence-based healing, you yourself will publish the results that you can produce. You are free to do so, we will be thankful to you. And the future generations will give you a big namaskar. Thank you. Actually, I don't like sweet that much.
There is one question. I'm sorry that I won't ask everyone, but yes, go ahead, sir.
I wanted to ask about sprouting of millets.
Yeah, you cannot sprout the rice. Without dehusking, you can sprout. But you cannot eat the grains husk. It is very difficult to digest. So the sprouts of millets do not attempt to eat. Okay? It's very difficult after it sprout. Sorry, I thought I had yeah, but people tend to make it powder, but the husk material is not that easy to digest. So you can get bajra sprout because there is no husk. You can get ragi sprout. There is no husk. You can get jowar sprout. There is no husk. You can get corn sprout. No problem. But other millets where there is husk, especially these 5 minor millets, you can sprout because that's how you grow your grass. Okay? That's not an issue. But can you eat along with that? Some people want to eat. You can go ahead and eat. You will find it is not that easy.
I know you all have a lot of questions. I wanted you guys to, I have personally experienced it from the last 2 weeks I started on the millet, and there is a YouTube link. Dr. Khadar was saying his daughter, Dr. Sarla, she has step by step how to cook, and I have no idea about the millets. She has given a well known information where you won't have any confusions, and they do have a PDF which you can download.
Yeah, the recent loading of the Millet Magic channel, you have tagged PDFs. So just go there and download.
When you subscribe, it will take you guys to that link. So it's in the Google Docs, you guys can download it. And also the questions which you have sent it to the phone number, they are all going to be answered, and they are going to send the link for the YouTube and for the PDF and everything.
So cancer, HIV, even including progressive diseases like muscular dystrophy, many of the people have been finding their problems getting healed. So you have hope to be healthy on this planet coming to next generation.
And there is a WhatsApp group called Siridanya USA group. If you join in that one, Siridanya USA group.
Yeah, large company has been helping people and lot of information we can give you. He's joined these groups and he's very knowledgeable. He has been with me for the last 5-6 years. So whenever he has doubts, he keeps asking me.
So, we have a community group for Siridanya USA group, that's for announcements. For Houston, we have 2 groups, Siridanya Houston 1 and Houston 2. I think the WhatsApp link would be sent. So please feel free to join. Those questions that has not been answered, we would try to answer them. We will get those verified from the doctor as well.
Yeah, this Sudhi is actually his wife is from my hometown, Mysuru. He comes there and in fact he has met a lot of farmers who have trained more than 10,000 farmers. And he has been sourcing the millets or peanuts here, I think it is shop here. And he also gets the bull-driven oils, so you can go to him for your food and needs. And he also is trying to help you with the PDFs.
The WhatsApp group already has all those links, so feel free to join. We also conduct potlucks and stuff like that. More recently, after COVID, we have not done it, but prior to COVID, we used to organize potlucks, millet potlucks everywhere.
And to try today, we do have the prasadam, and for the people with the sweet tooth and the spice. Both are there. Please don't forget to take your dinner box, which is made out of millet. Today will be the first day for you guys to even give it a try.
Thank you all.
Wait, guys. Please. Thanks for enlightening information again, Dr. Khadar, and please join me in thanking Dr. Khadar Vali for providing us his knowledge and his time. Thank you all for joining this program, making it successful. Thank you, STV. Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. And thank you, Sudhiji, for bringing us, and Raju Garu. And now you have a time to take some pictures.
So we can take pictures. So if you can line up.